Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Kevin Connors. Welcome to another Read Your Genes podcast, where we go over questions that you have and have asked on the genetic course. So let's get to your questions of the day. Just a few questions again. First one, are genetic defects permanent? Um, we addressed this multiple times. This seems to be a question that comes up almost, multiple times a month. Um, I don't mind answering it, so I'm not scolding you for asking the same question, but genetic defects tend to be permanent. Now, there are some practitioners that think that they can cure genetic defects with some product or something. I don't believe that to be true. So I do believe genetic defects are permanent and you cannot change those genetic defects. I'm willing to be proven otherwise, could be easily proven by doing a genetic report and then looking at a genetic report after said treatment. But I don't believe that's ever been shown to be true. Second question, why does it seem that so many people have more genetic issues? Um, Well, I do believe that people have more genetic issues than their precursing uh, generation, simply because we're exposed to more toxins. Now, I don't know that people that certainly cannot be proven because we don't have a genetic profile on your grandparents. I believe that to be true just because we have more issues, more autoimmune diseases, more chronic illness issues with people. And I've seen uh, looked at genetic reports. I've looked at maybe 1,000 genetic reports to this point in my career. And it seems like the people that are in their 70s and 80s have less genetic defects than people that are in their 20s and 30s. I think it has to do with toxins in our environment that can damage our genes, oxidizing agents, poisons that we're exposed to, pesticides, herbicides, anything that can damage our genetic picture. And then we pass these on to our progeny. And that's the issue, I think. Why do you recommend no gluten based on my genes, but I don't seem to have any problems with gluten? Well, just because you have the genetic predisposition to having gluten issues doesn't mean that you're going to have gluten issues. It doesn't. But I will also say that just because you don't presumably seemingly have issues with gluten doesn't mean that you don't have gluten issues. Just because when you eat gluten, it doesn't cause you a stomach ache, doesn't mean that it's not causing you chronic inflammation. Now, the best way to look at whether you have gluten issues is not through genetics. It's through doing a Cyrex array 2, 3X, and array 10 to really look at, do you have antibodies to the gliadin peptides? There's a lot of different peptides to gliadin, not just the anti-gliadin peptide and antibody, but to look at all the different peptides of gliadin. And that is through the array 3X, the array 2, the array 3X, the array 4, the array 10 of Cyrex. So that's a different lab test. So check in with me, make an appointment with me to get those labs run. That's how you'd really know if you have a gluten issue. All right, that's it. Short podcast today. Hopefully that was helpful. And we'll see you back in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.